In this video, we're going to be talking about how to assemble this Vevor air jack. There's the model right there, the ZGE. And today's verse is Proverbs 31:30. Charm is deceitful and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Thank the Lord for a godly woman. In fact, the Bible tells us that a man who finds a wife finds a good thing, and he's absolutely right. Okay, I've got an air jack from Vevor we are going to be using in this video. This is not sponsored. This is a 3-ton air jack. I'm going to unbox this thing. This, I believe, was from a Amazon return pallet, maybe, something like that. So if you guys are curious about buying a Vevor air jack, you can check it out for yourself, get you one, but this way you can kind of try before you buy or watch me try it before you buy it. So Vevor air jack, it's got this little instruction book about how to put it together. Hopefully it's not too complicated. We'll do a quick assembly and then we will try it out on this van for the oil change. So pretty straightforward. Bolt the jack to the handle and hook up the air fitting, and I think that's it. So let's go pull the parts out. Alright, so this is your air fitting for your jack, and it's got a green, which obviously would be in, and a red, which would be out. So that's how that works. The out has a little bit of filter on there, a little screw in filter, like so. It's a little threaded, and then the inlet on the green side allows you to hook up your 1/4-inch NPT fitting. 1/4-inch NTP fitting hooked up to your air hose, and you can let air in, and then you can shut it off by turning the valve to the side once you have the desired height you want at. This is an overpressure valve, kind of important. So if for whatever reason this valve doesn't shut off on the input side and the bag's inflated completely, this will blow pressure before blowing the bag. That is the point of this. And this just got a little pressure relief valve, a little window right there. And as you pull this out, or the pressure pulls it out, it lets air out through this little window. That came with air fittings. Now that, Vevor, shout out to you all for providing air fittings, and this is both types. So whatever you run in your shop, you can easily hook it up to. That's a really nice feature, so you don't have to go buy anything. Part 1 of the handle, or 2, and part 2 of the handle. All right, slide that out of the way. You'll need a Phillips screwdriver, an Allen key, looks like we'll find the size, I'll put it on the screen, and you'll need a little wrench to take care of the nuts here. So you need a wrench of that size, Phillips for these screws, and an Allen key for the set screws, and then of course a 9/16 or 14mm to put these on for your air fitting. You can put on some pipe dope or thread tape if you desire, or you can run it dry.
That's a lot better.
Right, so this thing has a little parking stand at the base. So it's laid flat in the jack position, or you can stand up on this end for storage, which is pretty cool. Some of them I've seen do not have this feature, but that is definitely a nice feature because it just takes up less space in your shop. So pretty cool. So oddly enough, this air jack book doesn't have the installation instructions for this air jack, or the assembly instructions. Just come up here and talk real close to the camera so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so these are some different options here. This is one that I already have, one of these styles. It doesn't park up on this end. Another different base style here, and some different handle configurations. This is the configuration that came in the box here. This is the configuration that they show in the installation assembly. So over here on this page, you can see that this assembly here and here, and the assembly on the consecutive pages. Show you. Talk about a handle that flips up. This one has a stationary handle, so it does not flip up, and it shows the flip up handle configuration. It does not show the other one. So because of that, I guess we'll make this a how to assemble your Vevor jack that doesn't actually have the assembly instructions inside that you need. So let's get to it.
Okay.
we're not going to speed it up. The reason we're not going to speed it up is because the instructions are bad. So now I got to actually show people how to do this, which means it's probably going to be a separate video from the other video.
What video?
I was going to do a video on just changing the oil on the van, but I'm going to use the air jack to do the oil change on the van. And now that the air jack instructions are bad, I can't do the oil change on the van until I get the air jack installed. Okay, so tools for installation. Yep. Phillips screwdriver number 2 or a P2. You'll need a 10 millimeter for these nuts. Yep, I did that. And then for the Allen head, there's a 5/64 there, or you can use a 4 millimeter. Either one of those two will work. And a Phillips bit, and a 9/16 or 14 on these. And both are in there, so depending if you got IM or NFPT, or I'll put the acronyms there on the screen, either one of those will work. How do I build it? That's a great question. So how about you can come over here and help me build this?
Yes.
So I think I have an idea why this thing is returned. Aside from the directions not actually being directions, and aside from, yeah, so there's a quality issue here. If you look inside there, this is gonna have to be cleaned up on the inside because the handle won't fit together. So that's a little bit of an issue there. And then the directions being indirect, and then yeah, so you can cramp it in there like I just did, and that seemed to work okay. But a little bit of a quality issue there. I guess it's not the end of the world. Now it looks like the airline will feed into this hole, through this handle, come through this handle, and out this slot here to the air controller at the top. So it's down here starting at the base, we're gonna feed, you see how that right? We're gonna feed this orange line through the handle here. All right, and get my assistant to grab that orange line once it sticks out the top. You see it yet? Do you see it? Do you see it? Can you grab it?
Yeah.
Orange hose?
Got it.
All right, pull. Pull, pull, pull. Good job. All right, that's good. Now, this has 4 fasteners that hold it to the base. So on the back side, you're gonna take your fastener like this, push it through the hole, through to the front, like so. That countersunk hole will allow the screw to set in there flush. And you'll take your 10 millimeter nut around the front side and start it on there like so. And you'll do that times 4. All right, thank you. Now can you get the screwdriver?
Can I use the screwdriver?
Yeah, put the screwdriver on that side. Twist it. There you go. Whoa, don't poke me in the hand. How about Daddy holds the screwdriver and you do the wrench?
Yeah.
Put it on there, right there. There you go. Can you squeeze it? Come on. Squeeze. Stop!
Well, that one's tied in.
Good. Good job. Okay.
But where does this piece go?
We're working our way there, honey. Give me just a minute. All right.
So this piece goes all the way through here, and then it goes down through here, and then it connects to here.
That's right. Now we're gonna put the next piece on and pick the handle up. That handle, pick it up.
This one?
Yep, that one. All right. We're gonna feed it over this tube. And then we're gonna feed the tube through this slot. There we go. Got it. There you go. Can you stand the handle up? This way? I think it's that way. There's 2 set screws on the front here. Those 2 holes right there are where these little set screws are gonna go. I'm just gonna wind them in there by hand. And these set screws are designed to hold the handle in place. So with the Allen key, you're just gonna run these set screws in there like so. Tighten them up, and that will steady the jack handle. And then this is the last piece that goes to the top. So this will attach just like so. have a couple screws and a couple nuts to hold this in place. Still good?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so where those two screws go in, 2 nuts go on the back here. All right, got this?
It was a little bit heavy, but
A little bit heavy? Okay.
yeah, not really.
We'll put it back on this side. On this side here.
Yeah.
That's good. Good job. That's it. All right, lastly, you're going to have to connect your airline. Okay, so right here, this airline is going to go into this fitting. This fitting spins off counterclockwise, and then the air hose that's here will go on to that like so. But when you spin this fitting off, you need to take this fitting in that direction, and the hose needs to go into that fitting. My recommendation is that you trim the hose so you can get it as straight as possible. You want a little bit of slack in there, but I would not put a service loop. This is a service loop. I would not do this because you can kink the hose. What I would do is just like I'm going to show you. Have this right here. Take your hose as close as you can get it. Give yourself a little bit of extra on the back side and just trim it back. You can use some side cutting pliers, a pocket knife, whatever you have at your disposal. Get your cut as clean as possible. If you... Thank you.
Dinner time.
Yep, I heard her.
It's Maya. No.
Go ahead, I'll be right there. So get your cut as clean as possible. And then you're going to take your hose, squeeze it up onto this fitting. Make sure that your fitment is like so. You want it all the way against the back of the fitting. I've got a little extra in here. It could be a little bit shorter. I could trim off a little bit more to get it to where it lays in there kind of flat. Now this fitting right here, I believe is a 14 millimeter. All right, so we're gonna start it by hand. Turn it clockwise. I'm gonna take our 14 millimeter wrench. We will tighten this down until it snugly stops. All right, that should be good. Let's go ahead and get our air fitting out of the package here. And we will install it on this back side right here. Just put it in there clockwise. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this thing's gonna leak. It's pretty loose. I'm gonna go ahead and get some Teflon tape put on here just to tighten it up so I don't have air spraying everywhere. And then we'll screw it up in there. It should be good to go. All right, so for applying your tape, some guys roll it up in a nice fine line. Other people just take it and wrap it around there. Whichever way you want to do it's fine in this application because this is not a critical application. I would try not to get anything in the hole so that way it doesn't blow up inside your, or blow into the air jack. Something like that there. Close enough for government work. And we'll just screw that down in there like so. There we go. Much better. Got some resistance there. Hopefully that'll be enough. It's actually still really, really loose. It's a little bit surprising. Let's get this thing down on the floor, hook up an air hose to it, and see what it does. All right, valves are both closed. Airline is hooked up. And yeah, it's leaking about like I thought it would. I'm gonna open the valve up. This should actuate. Very nice. And just to show, you don't have to have the air on there. Overpressure. So you start to go down. And the release valve is the red one on this bottom side. Pull that, and then this will drop down. There you go. That is the Vevor air jack with the improper instructions. Now you know how to install it or assemble it. In the next video, we'll test out on the vehicle that I was actually going to do an oil change on this video, and realized that I should probably do a video on how to assemble this because the installation instructions were incorrect. Hopefully this will save you some time when you pick up your jack. And Vevor does have a good product line. Every once in a while, things happen, and you just saw what can happen to anybody. That's going to wrap it up for this video. My name's Erwin. This is 3 Wheels in a Block. We're giving back what time has taken away. Oh yeah, and if you don't know, Jesus loves you.